Phone with us is Stephanie Ramos. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, and thank you for joining us. Jay Kanzler, Kelly Jackson with you. And I was saying,
Hey.
the president apparently has a secret. He's going to do something that no one's been able to do in 40 or 50 years, and he doesn't have to prepare for it.
Right. And then you played that sound from the president where he said that, yeah, he doesn't really have to prepare. Well, it's interesting because we see this a lot where the president will say something either in person at one of these uh, we call them sprays here, where you can hear the president for just a little bit, or on Twitter, but then the administration kind of reverses whatever he's said. For instance, now the administration is saying that the president is preparing for this summit, that he's been meeting about 10 hours a week with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and also meeting with the national security team. But you're absolutely right. We heard from the president who said that it's more about attitude and it's about the willingness to get things done. And he also said that this will not just be a photo op with Kim Jong-un, that he says that it's all starting with a good relationship and that they will move toward that ultimate goal, which is, of course, denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula.
Here's my concern, and Kelly Jackson and I were talking about this a little bit, that anybody that's been involved in diplomacy for the last 200 years, and especially big diplomatic moments like this, will tell you that it months and months and months and months of preparation, and that, in fact, a successful summit is one that has almost been worked out in advance, and it is almost like the two leaders will come together, shake hands, and a photo op because the groundwork has been laid. Any indication that there's any groundwork in that's been laid toward some kind of outcome from the summit?
Not really. I mean, we heard from the president where he kind of downplayed expectations by saying that he believes they're going to have a terrific or a modified
Tremendous
success. So it's really unclear. It's hard to predict. I mean, with this summit, it's been on again, off again, and now it's back on again. So there's no telling how it'll go.
What about in terms of those expectations? The bar was set so high early on, saying it's got to be denuclearization or it's nothing at all. Is that still kind of the standard that the White House is putting forth?
Yes, they've stuck to that, saying that the sanctions will stay and their ultimate goal is to denuclearize. But again, when in terms of this meeting, it seems as though the president is taking it one step at a time, saying it's starting with this good relationship. Again, he kind of downplayed the expectations. So I don't think they really see an outcome coming out of this. Maybe they're treating this as more of an initial meeting, an
Right.
initial step toward their ultimate goal.
Yeah, in 30 seconds or less, Stephanie, is there a place for Dennis Rodman in these negotiations?
He wants to go.
I know.
We've heard Dennis Rodman's one. He will be in Singapore actually during the summit, but he is not scheduled to attend the summit. He has not been invited to the summit. So I think the White House is trying to kind of keep him out of things, even though the president has said he does like Dennis Rodman.
We will see. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News correspondent from the White House. Thank you so much.
Thanks.